yeah. Yeah. Like, swords up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it 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 up. Like, throw them swords up, throw them swords up. Where you at, where you at? Throw them up, throw them up. Avengers, where you at, where you at? Throw them up, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Dani in the house, in the house. Avengers in the house, in the house, in the house, in the house. Swords up, turn up. Let's get messy, let's get nosy, let's go. Give him the tea, give him the news, give him the biz, give him the mess, the mess. Swords up, throw it up. Swords up, throw it up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice, then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Who gon' check me? I'm playing chess. You playing checkers. Checkmate. Next caller. Swords up. Up. I don't like you. Can't stand you. If it's stuck, then it's stuck. Get stuck. Swords up. Up. You're mad. You're pressed. Got your bothered. Got your triggered. Swords up. Throw it up. Swords up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Then slice and dice, then slice and dice, then slice, dice. Let's go. Start the show. Symbol. We in chill. Let's go. Avengers, assemble. Lights, camera, action. We ready. Stay ready. Swords up. Throw it up. Swords up. Throw it up. Hey, throw them swords up. Where you at? Throw them up. Avengers, where you at? Throw them up. Then slice.
Why you acting like I'm free? Look at me, do I look free? Walk in the room, twisting my hips, eyes on me. They can't resist, it costs money. Yeah, you see me, it costs money. Can't get a freebie, too classy, too bad, too real to play. I don't step out cheap, I slay all day. You see the fit, you see the drip. Every little thing costs time and tips. So my message is simple, pay me bitch. Don't ask me for shit, that's disrespect. Shake, drop, bounce then freeze. Look at me, do I look free? Do I look free? Nah, do I look free? No, time is money, pay that fee. Look at me, yeah, me. Do I look free? Hell no. Look at me, look at me, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. Do I look free? Nah, bitch, I ain't free. You better pay me, bitch, I ain't free. No, pay me my fee, Look at me, look at me, look at me. Hey, look at me, look at me, look at me, look at it, look at it. Do I look free? Do I look free? Free. From my head to my toe, bitch, it ain't free. Natural hair costs money, my hairdo costs money, my nails cost money, everything I do costs money. From the hair to the nails to the lace. Give me my money or get out my face, bitch, yeah. Do I look free? Bitches better pay me. Time is money, so here's the question. Do I look free? Bitches better pay me. Look at me, look at me, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it, look. Do I look free? Nah, bitch, I ain't free. Better pay me, bitch, I ain't free. No, pay me my fee. Look at me, look at me, look at me. Hey, look at it, look at it. I look free? Free. When I twerk my ass and shake my ass like this and grind my body like this, twerk my body like this. Do I look free? Ride the beat like this, thrust my hips like this. Do I look free when I drop it low? No. Do I look free when I hit that pose? No. Do I look free when I make that clap? Turn around, throw it back, make it stack like that. Pop my coochie like this, throw it back like that. Bitch, pay me, this body ain't cheap. You see the drip that cost me sleep. You see this ass, it move on beat. I'm fine, I'm paid, I'm not for free. Do I look free? Do I look free? Nah. This shit costs money, time, and peace. So bitch, pay me my fee. Look at me, look at me, look at it, look at it, look at it, look. Do I look free? Nah, bitch, I ain't free. Better pay me, bitch, I ain't free. No, pay me my fee, Look at me, look at me, look at me. Hey, look at it, 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 look at it. Do I look free? Do I look free? Why you acting like I'm free? Look at me, do I look free? Walk in the room, twisting my hips, eyes on me. They dance if you don't give a fuck. Dance on them, dance on them. Dance if you don't give a fuck. Dance on them. Watch me twerk, I'm bad. Twerk it, bend it. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Dance on them, dance on them. I'm a bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Don't care, I don't give a fuck. A bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Never did. Body bad, face bad, bad did. Watch me twerk, I'm bad. Shake it, throw it back, I'm bad. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Dance on them, dance on them. Don't stop, 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 don't stop. I'm a bad girl. A real bad girl. He want me cause I'm bad. He want it. You looking cause I'm bad. Yeah, you looking. Glossy lips, curvy hips, I'm bad. I'm popping, you hating, I'm bad. Pressure. You want me to care so bad. You want me to like you so bad. Keep wishing, but I don't give a fuck. Don't care. Watch me twerk, I'm bad. Twerk it, bend it. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Dance on them, ayy, dance on them, ayy, dance on them, ayy, dance on them. Don't stop. Yo, ask me if I give a fuck. The answer is no, I don't give a fuck at all. I'm too bad to give a fuck. Too bad. I'm too hard to give a fuck. Stay mad and stay pressed. I'm happy and blessed up. Stress free, living lovely. Fuck my enemies, ain't a friend of me. Never heard of me. Always watching me. Stay talking about me. Keep talking. I hope you like the view. Look at it. I know your man do. Yup. That's why you mad, but I don't give a fuck. Not one. Hands up if you don't give a fuck. Hands up. Lighters up if you don't give a fuck. Light it up. Twerk if you don't give a fuck. Twerk it. Dance if you don't give a fuck. Dance on them. Watch me twerk. I'm bad. Twerk it, bend it. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Dance on them. I'm a bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Don't care, I don't give a fuck at all. Bad girl and I don't give a fuck. Never did. Body bad, face be hair knee. Watch me twerk, I'm bad. Shake it, throw it back, I'm bad. Watch me dance, I'm bad. Run it, dance on them, dance on them, dance on them, dance on them. Don't stop, dance on them, don't. Yeah, I'm the problem. Yeah, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the problem. Said it, I'm the problem. Damn right, I'm the problem. I'm the problem. Everything my fault. Nothing they fault. Blame me for it all. They never did shit. They never said shit. Gaslighting hoes, rewriting hoes. Obsessing all day. Running away, talking non-stop, taking non-stop. Ain't shit hoes that nobody knows. Using me for clicks, using me for views. Without me, they ain't shit. Say that. Without me, they ain't shit. I'm the problem. Yeah, I'm the problem. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the problem. Let's go. I said it, I'm the problem. Damn right, I'm the problem. I'm the problem. Look the way I talk, real sexy, I'm a problem. Look at the way I walk, damn, I'm a problem. Too fine, can't help it, I'm a problem. Yeah, I can't help it, I'm a problem. They hated, debated, replay it, still watching the problem. Every move that I make, they copy, it's the can't tie. I can't help it, yeah, I'm a problem. I'm so pretty, too bad, I'm a problem. What? Classy with it, real bad, I'm a problem. Everything I do, everything is a problem. Period. Fuck with me, don't do it, I be a problem. Yeah, I could be a problem. Yeah, I could be a problem. Say it again. Problem. Yeah, I'm the problem. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the problem. Let's go. I said it, I'm the problem. Damn right, I'm the problem. I'm the problem.
Hey, when I walk in the room, I'm a problem. Make them wanna zoom in, cause I'm a problem. I make them thirsty, I'm a problem. Ooh, they looking, they watching, they can't help it. Look at it, look at it, look at it. I'm a problem, yeah. I'm the problem, yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm the problem, yeah. Bitch, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the problem. Let's go. I said it, I'm the problem. Damn right, I'm the problem, 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 problem. I'm the problem. I'm the problem, yeah, yeah, I'm the problem, yeah. Bitch, I don't give a fuck, yeah, I'm the problem. Let's go. I said it, I'm the problem. Damn right, I'm the problem, 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 problem. I'm the problem. Everything my fault, okay. Nothing they fault. Nah. Blame me for it all. They never did shit, they never said shit. Nope. Gaslighting hoes, rewriting hoes, obsessing all day, clock in, running away, talking non-stop, loud, taking non-stop. Damn. Ain't shit hoes that nobody knows. Period. Using me for clicks, using me for views. Without me, they ain't shit. Say that. Without me, they ain't shit. Ain't shit. I'm the problem. Yeah, yeah, I'm the problem. Yeah, bitch, I don't give a fuck. Yeah.
Calling me Cups. It's not. We're not gonna do it. Cups, I sent you a message. Cups, I sent you a message in my. I sent you a message in the DM. I'm not going to do it. You're sitting up here laughing about talking about some what you need $25,000 for, sis. Me and you was behind the scenes trying to make things a reality. We were supposed to have been helping the community. We were supposed to have been building women up. You're not on that, and it stops here. 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 It stops here.
Happy Monday. This is a quick live. It's going to be quick. It's not going to be a long live. I just want to get this out the way so I can enjoy my Monday. So let me tell y'all something. So this is going to be a different live that I thought about some things and I just kind of like took some notes and I'm like, you know what? I need to address this because, it ain't all said and done. It ain't all said and done. It ain't. So this is my live ommittance because omitting information or omitting things from the actual conversation is a problem because if you are trying to look into something or be fair and objective on all sides, if people are omitting information, how can you actually make an informed decision or actually have a complete comprehension or understanding of the situation? Okay. So with that being said, I have some questions and things that people are missing out on or not speaking on, overlooking because of the focus. Now, Val is definitely a focus, obviously. And, she has a lot of things and bad things. Okay. Now, what I want to say is about the half-truths annoy me. Selective amnesia annoys me. And people pretending they were not knee-deep in some mess that they are trying to now expose also annoys me. And so we're talking about omissions. And by omissions, yes, I'm actually talking about Stacey B. And yeah, because obviously there are things that need to be addressed. And the omissions, some contradictions and convenient like memory lapses and the whole pregnancy situation, which is why this was actually brought to me anyway, is because of the pregnancy angle. Oh my gosh, look who's in the building. My girl, Almond Brown is here. Hey girl, how you been? Where you been at? Hey. Thank you so much for joining the backup channel membership. So, let's be fair and clear. And first things first, I am fair. I try to be as much as possible and factual as much as possible. Everyone, has issues and errors. No one's perfect. I don't claim to be, and I don't want to be. So let me start with the part that is true. And yes, Dion made the fake pregnancy document. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm sorry. You need to go to my main channel and catch up. But Dion is the one that made the fake pregnancy document, pretending to be pregnant by Sip, which is Jack's ex-boyfriend. And she made that fake document pretending to be pregnant. And Sip said that Sip is Jack's ex-boyfriend, and he was saying that he got a woman pregnant, and the woman was uncheckable, which is a Sean Davy Wade, which is his group of people. Supporters are called the Uncheckables, and so that's what she was proclaiming. So Dion did make the actual official final product, and let me actually pull that up. And when she made it, we already knew it was fake. We already examined the full document. We looked at it in its entirety, and we said this is a fake document. It's clearly fake. And so let me pull that up. So this is the document. And once we knew it was fake, we already know there's no baby coming. So now fast forward to 2025. This is old, I think 2024 or ish, whatever. And now we see this right here. And this is the fake document. As you can see, there's an address on it that says 12117 Edgewater Drive, Hampton, Georgia. This is actually a fake document, fake address, has a phone number on there. And this is all fake. And it's talking about that the person is pregnant. And we critiqued it and analyzed it. And we said this document is fake. It's obviously fake. It's not believable. And now fast forward. It turns out that the girl, Dion, that was pretending to be pregnant with Jack's ex baby, she actually is now in a situationship, flirtationship, wifeyship, whatever they had going on between her and Stacy, exchanging stuff and sending sort of pics or whatever they had going on, child. Getting freak nasty in the messages, whatever they had doing. So, sexting or whatever. So, and even talking about meeting up. Anyways, watch my video on my main channel. So they have this whole thing right here. And it's a fake document. So Stacey B comes into the picture because now Stacey B and this person met on my dating show called the Dani Robertson Chat. Like, I didn't know my Dani Robertson Chat was a dating show. Like, I guess I got a dating, show. Like, I guess people be picking up people in my, I'm better than Match.com or, OK Cupid or Plenty of Fish or any of those dating sites. Like, you can meet people in my chat. So anyways, it was Dion's birthday. And Stacey B sent her, a little birthday gift, which is nice and generous and kind. And so then Dion gets the, the cash app. She says, dollar bill, y'all. And then she responds with her phone number saying, thank you or whatever. That's how they get the numbers exchanged. And then from there, they go back and forth in communication until now, fast forward, there's a fallout between the two. Now, while they're actually communicating and they're doing this little back and forth, they're saying that I guess there were some tit pics sent, some coochie pics sent. People, there was like, I guess, sending stuff back and forth about, life, personal things. And there was some even finesse, and I will admit, from Dion trying to finesse Stacey B. and Stacey B sending her some resources and things like that. So you already should know the gist of the whole thing. So in part of that conversation comes the point where there's this fake document, and with this fake document, and they're on the phone call, so we don't have the phone call. That's the issue. And on this phone call is where this document and this conversation is had about this plan to pretend to be pregnant with Stip's baby, and that's Jack's ex boyfriend. Now, there's a discrepancy on what happened on this phone call. It's a he say, well, I would say he say, she say, because she say, she say about what's happening on this phone call and who actually came up with the concept or idea to do this fake pregnancy. Stacey B is saying it was actually Dion and Sip that came up with this idea, and other people are saying that Dion is saying it was actually Stacey B that came up with the idea on this phone call. But since the phone call is not recorded, there is no way to really know who came up with the idea. And when I noticed that there is a discrepancy on one thing, I moved to the next goalpost. Because if you say this person came up with the idea and that person came up with the idea, and then you ultimately both go along with it, at that point, it doesn't really matter who came up with it if both people agree to go along with it or help each other out or are a part of the plan. At that point, you're both complicit if you do any part in this whole thing, right? So I don't know who came up with the idea or the concept. However, I do know that the final product, which is this fake document, was compiled and crafted by Dion. Now, what I want to say is that even though the final product was crafted by Dion, we have to now go to the text messages and see what happened in the actual text messages before then. And so make sure you're hitting that like button. That's a free way to support my channel. So let me scroll through here. And let's see, before this, Dion sends this message in this thread to Stacey B, we have to now see what happens before then. As to there's a phone call between the two, and then there's Stacey B posting, and then there's Dion posting the final product. So let's scroll down. So the messages over there in green, of course, are Stacey B, and the other side. So right here, let's pause. That home right there that's being posted, that address is the address that I'm referring to. That Edgewater Drive address is the address for that fake address that's on that document. Now, why I'm saying this is this. Stacey B is saying that Dion is the one that came up with that address. However, if you look at this thread, because there's an inconsistency or discrepancy of who actually came up with this address. And the thing is, they're on the phone call during this and posting in the thread, and that address is posted by Stacey B, or at least the house. Stacey B says no on the phone call. She is just she was told the address, and then when she was told the address, she Googled it and then put it in the thread to laugh at it. And the other way is saying that the address was posted, this is posted by Stacey B, is the one that came up with this address, and she posted that address in the thread as the address to use on this document, which is the Edgewater address. Now, you believe what you want to believe, which one you sound more believable, but since it's on a phone call, there's no way to really tell who is really telling the truth on this. But what I can say is this, for a matter of fact, that the address is actually the address that's used later on in the final product. That Edgewater address is used, and you can see Stacey actually posting that house in the actual text message thread. Okay. And Stacey saying no, she just posted that in the thread to laugh at it. And on the other hand, how would that make sense if she just posting it to laugh at it in the thread? Because why would you need to post it? If Dion is the one that looked up the address to laugh at it, and if Dion is the one that looked up the address, why would she need why would she need Stacy to post it in the chat? Why wouldn't Dion just post it in the chat? Or why would Stacy need to post it in the chat? If Dion found the address, she already knows how the house looks. Again, if Dion looked up the address and she found the address, she already knows how the house looks. So why would Stacy didn't have to look up the address and post the house in the thread? So I don't know who to believe in this situation. I just know that Stacy is the one that actually posts the house that is that is used in the house and the address that is actually used in the final product. You see what I'm saying? So it's up to you. And again, when it's a phone call, we don't know who to believe, but it's fingers pointing to both sides. But what I can say 100% that Stacy is the one that actually posts the actual house, and you can see the address, and she posts that in the actual text message thread, that Edgewater. So if you look right here in this actual thread, right here on that side, after Stacy posts, I guess her hair, right here, she posts the actual address, and then that is now placed into this document. If you scroll down, Stacy also then sends this PDF file. So I'm gonna show you the full picture. She sends this PDF file to, and they're on a phone call, so we can't hear what they're saying. But while they're on the phone, if you ever talk to someone while they're on the phone, they will actually sometimes send you text messages or send things in the thread while they're talking to you and communicating with you on the phone. And then they'll be posting messages and inside the messages at the same time. So then we now move to Stacy giving her this. Stacy then sends her, after she sends her that house with the address, Stacy sends her this. Dion this. It says pregnancy. Oh, y'all don't see it. Stacy then sends her this PDF filler. It says pregnancy verification. If you know anything about a PDF filler, they have these online forms that you can fill in information. And once you fill in the information, it will give you a document. So let's say if you need something for landlord tenant, you can fill in the document, and it'll give you the final document with your personal information. So you can personalize these documents, fill in these information, and then it'll give you a realistic document or a final draft of the document based on this. And sometimes you can go here and get different forms for different things and be able to fill it out. Okay, so this right here is a pregnancy verification, and on it says form letter for declaring pregnancy, and it's giving like someone can use this form to declare some sort of pregnancy or something like that. And so let's scroll down, and you can see it says declaration of pregnancy. It has certain things on here written down and certain things by PDF filler. And things like that. And it goes, so I understand the radiation goes to my embryo fetus, and it goes over some details. And then in this conversation, Stacy then, let's go back to the conversation. So after she sends this PDF, let's go back to the conversation. So that's the PDF she sends. And then next, Stacy sends her this blurb. Now, pay attention to the blurb, because when Roxanne said she Googled things from Stacy B, she noticed that there were highlighted things. So Stacy, these highlighted documents or whatever. So anyways, right here on that, Stacy B again highlights something right there. And she tells Dion to use the blurb from this with the date at the bottom of the document. So she sends her that PDF filler, I guess, so she could fill that out. And she's also telling her that she can use this blurb, this information on this blurb that she sent her, also as a way to kind of prove, to make her document more believable. So she says right here, use the blurb from this with the date at the bottom of the document. And then, so let's go here. On this actual document, right here, if you pay attention, at the very bottom of this fake document, you actually see a date. You see 2/22/2024 at the bottom of it. So she actually did follow those instructions of using some sort of document with the address on the bottom of it, right? Hold on. And right here it says exposure of a declined pregnant woman does not exceed 0.5, and it goes into that. This is the blurb she was telling her to use for record requirements, etc. So then let's go back to the fake document. Hold on. So essentially, yes, Dion made the final pregnancy document, but as you can see, what's being left out and not being focused on really is that Stacey B helped her to try to make it more believable. Right? So that means Stacey B is actually complicit in the whole pregnancy thing. So that has to actually be, acknowledged that she's complicit in the whole fake pregnancy scandal, because it looks like was helping even with the address and trying to help her gave her that PDF filler, and also helped her to try to make it more believable by providing her a blurb. Whether she took all the advice or just a little bit of advice, she did take the advice of adding some sort of address at the very bottom, it looks like. Hold on. Wait 1 second. So now let me take this. So then let me scroll down a little bit more. So then at the very bottom, there's like a date at the bottom of this document. And on the fake one, there's a 1, 2. So Stacey B right here says, use the blurb from this with the date at the bottom of the document. So she was telling her, use the date at the bottom of the document and also use the blurb. So this highlighted portion right here, she was telling her to use this highlighted portion in her document. So she was kind of instructing her how to make it more believable, okay? Hold on. So let me go back to the video now. So then, as you can see, Dion then shows her the full document. So you see the order. Stacey shows the house with the address. She gives her a PDF filler, and Stacey also gives her a blurb to use. It tells her to use this blurb from this document, the date at the bottom. And then after all that, Dion then shows her the completed product. And they're also on the phone conversating or having a conversation while this is happening. So let's go through. Stacey sends her the house with the address, and that address is later found on the document. Stacey also sends her a pregnancy verification PDF filler online, which you can fill in information to fill out some fake verification form. And then she also gives her a document to say, highlighted document saying to use this blurb in your final product to make it more believable right here. Okay. So does it really matter who came up with the idea if both people are complicit? So if this were treated as a crime, both people would be guilty because they both partook in it. So Stacey B is complicit. And then also Stacey B did not come forward and say, hey, this is fake. She didn't expose this fake. She pretty much covered it up and went along with it and just was whatever with it until fast forward over a year or so later. Now she's exposing and popping it, but you're popping it now because you want to pop her, but at the same time you expose yourself because you knew this whole time. If you had came forward immediately or right after or soon after, that would be different, but you actually helped her to try to make it more believable, helped her to try to fool people and things like that. So you're complicit in the whole fake pregnancy. Okay. So then now, of course, people are going to be like, now, once people start seeing you making fake documents or participating in fake documents, people are going to start questioning things, especially when these documents are highlighted, just like the other documents before you were given to Val were highlighted documents. And that's what Roxanne was pointing out, some sort of highlighted documents. Now, I'm not making any accusations in that regard. I'm saying why people can see or assume that you would, they will start being suspicious. If you do suspicious stuff, people are going to start thinking that, that's suspicious. Okay. Hold on one second. And there's a couple more things. Again, it's going to be a quick live I wanted to address. So that's that blurred part that, she was trying to say to use that to make it more believable, to fool everyone. And remember, it's not just fooling, and then they went live on Cat Medusa's page and they put this out as real information. So I wanted to clarify this and make sure that everyone was aware, because yes, Dion is responsible for her part in this whole thing, but also Stacey B is responsible as well. And I will be fair in reporting that Stacey B is complicit in it. People say, oh, Dion fake pregnancy, but Stacey B was a part of it too. So Stacey B is a part of the whole fake pregnancy scandal. She is. I wouldn't be giving anyone any tips or suggestions on how to lie and make and go through this whole scam or scandal. I wouldn't say scam, but scandal. And then later act like I have no parts in it. Looks like you gave the address. Now, could it be possible on the phone that you're not the one that came up with the address, but in this thread, it looks like you posted the address, or you came up with the idea for an address. You even made like you were suggesting the address, and you were suggesting the PDF filler, and then suggesting a blurb. It's like three things back to back: the house, the PDF filler, and then a blurb to use to make it more believable. You see? So now I'm not saying that Stacey B came up with the address. It could be actually, what she said was, she said that Dion came up with the address, and then she Googled it, and then she laughed about it by putting it in the chat. And the other side is that no, Stacey B came up with it and suggested it and put it in the chat. Okay, so you as the audience take from it what you want. I'm just presenting to you what the receipts are. Now, let me see something really quick as far as the language in this document. So now let's go to the next piece of information. It's only about 4 things I want to address, and the address was one. I mean, the fake pregnancy was one. So yes, from this, she posted the house, she, the address, the PDF filler template. She highlighted the pregnancy declaration blurb. She gave instructions on how to make it more believable. She told Dion what wouldn't look right. She laughed about it. She went along with it. She was on the phone calculating and kind of going along with this whole plot and plan. So she didn't just know about the fake pregnancy. She helped package it and try to make it a better lie. So that in that way she's complicit. If Stacey really felt this was wrong, she could have popped this last year. She could have exposed Dion instantly, and even Zip. She could have shut it down in real time, but she did not. She sat on, she held on to it, she laughed with it. And only when she fell out with Dion did she suddenly now the document is a problem, or she's exposing the whole Dion fake pregnancy. Okay. Yeah. So let's actually look at this document real quick one more time. And then Stacey was saying that nothing from her document was used in the final product. Right here it says not exceed 0.5 rem, 5 MSV for record keeping requirements. And then let's see the final one. Okay, so I'm seeing that the date is on the bottom. Hold on. Oh, I'm looking at it right now. Hold on 1 second. Okay, I don't see anything about 0.5 in that one. So far, I'm seeing that the address was copied, and then the date, putting a date on the bottom of the document. Okay, let me now look at the PDF file right here. Okay, now let me go back to the PDF document and look at that one. And next, I want to talk about the actual extortion issue. Okay, so let me bear with me. So Stacey was kind of telling her to use that PDF filer to fill it out, and then add in that that blurb and with the date on the bottom. So to be honest, she was trying to tell her how to construct a totally different one. So this is what happened. Stacey B was trying to tell her how to make a better looking document, like all together, not just to improve the one she was already working on, but how to make a totally different one. Number one, use the PDF filler and fill it out. And then once you do that, use that blurb on that second thing to add a date on the bottom. So she was instructing her on how to make a believable document, a more believable one than I guess she was telling her that she had. Okay. So that's how it was. So Stacey was really, telling her how to make a fake document. That's what it looks like, right? So let's go back here. So now I see what's happening. Stacey B is telling her, that's the address you can possibly use. That's what it looked like, right? And then, or they thought about an address or laughed about an address. I don't know how they got the address, whether it was Stacey B's idea or hers, but Stacey's posting it in the thread. Following that, you see that Stacey B gives her a PDF filler. And for those who don't know a PDF filler, you basically just fill in your information. It's already a form that's like pregnancy verification, and you would just fill in the information. Like you'll put in your name, your address, and things. And then once you fill in your personal information and click submit, they will then give you the finalized product. Now, most people probably use this for some sort of government forms or legal stuff, not something like this. But as you can see, some people like to make fraudulent documents by using these online forms and just filling it in as if it's and personalizing it to their own liking. Okay. So she gave her one of those pregnancy verification PDF filler. Again, let me show y'all that one more time so you can kind of follow. Where's that pregnancy verification? So this is the pregnancy filler. And it says pregnancy verification. So what you would do is you would fill this in with your personal information. And as you see at the very bottom, it says tap to start. And it says to make your written declaration of pregnancy, you may fill in the blanks in this form letter, or you may write your own letter. And it says, I believe I became pregnant in. And then you would put your what date or whatever you believe became pregnant, and your signature, your name printed today's date, your phone number, and things like that. You would fill this out, and it would kind of give you the form once it's all filled out. So she gave her that to fill out, like how to use or whatever. And then she also gave her this pregnancy blurb. And she told her to use that, and she highlighted the top portion that says occupational exposure of a declared pregnant woman does not exceed whatever. And then at the very bottom, she says in the green text, she says use the blurb from this with the date at the bottom of the document. And then she only looks like she copied like the date at the bottom and maybe added that address. I don't know who came up with the address, but you can see that there's the final product at the very bottom on the the left-hand side. That's actually Dion showing her that final fake pregnancy document. And from there, Cat Medusa takes this fake pregnancy document and she presents it. Now, they're telling me that Cat Medusa went live without knowing it was fake. But once she was live, kind of mid-live, they kind of told her that, or after she presented it, that it was fake and that she was informed. So that final one, that's the text message thread between those two. And again, this is the final product. This is the final product right here. The fake document that was submitted and presented on Cat Medusa's channel. So now let's move to the next topic because I didn't spend too much time on that one. The next thing I wanted to address is the money, okay? So this right here, Stacey, she ran around YouTube and, kind of yelling. And I would just say, not really yelling, just putting out this whole thing with everyone having her side of the message is only that, and I agree, she was finessed. I agree she was finessed. I was like, she was finessed. Other people are saying, oh, she's trying to get money. Finesse. She's a finesser, as in Dion finessing Stacey B. And it's kind of like, oh, this girl is trying to, then she started using the big word extort. Like, oh, she's trying to extort me. This girl is a gold digger. She's after your money. She's this and she's that. And I agree, the girl is a finesser. However, using criminal words like this is weird. She was following a federal indictment. But then, lo and behold, Dion reached out to me and showed proof that Stacey was refunded. Yes, that she had refunded Stacey her money, and not just refunded, that she had refunded her back in August, and here it is, November. So why in November is she going around suddenly screaming like extortion and you know, finesse and this and that? And why is she leaving out the part where she was refunded? Because I would have liked to know that. And when I went live and I said, oh my gosh, she finessing you, she's trying to get wigs, she's trying to do this and she's trying to do that. That would be a fine time to tell me that your extorter and your finesser or your scammer had gave you your money back. Let me explain how fraudulent this is using a simple analogy and why this ommittance is important. Imagine a woman runs into a police station yelling, she got robbed, crying, screaming, falling apart. The officer takes notes, starts a whole investigation, follows up like a week later. And what does the officer see? The robber gave all the money back. Now, picture that woman conveniently forgetting to mention that part, leaving out the refund, leaving out the reconciliation, leaving out the fact that she voluntarily gave the money and, you know, in the first place. If she told the full truth, the case kind of collapses. Not all the way, but it does. It's important. Now, that's a wrong analogy to use because this is not the point of robbing someone. So that's exactly, you know, it's not a full analogy. I'm tired, so I could probably give a better example. But Stacey kind of like, you know, I did it, look into this whole situation. I'm posting what Stacey gave me. I'm like, she finessed you. She's after your money, which she did finesse her. I'm not giving away that she was not trying to finesse and get her to buy her wigs and do this and that. And I seen the finesse. I'm not taking that back. However, once she finessed you out of your money, I would have liked to know or known that you got a refund, because then I could say, oh, she finessed you, but then that was nice of her to give your money back at the conclusion. So now it settles the score. Without me knowing that it settled the score, I'm still thinking that you're finessed and you're out of money. You're the one on the complete outs. It changes the whole outlook and your victimization once I know and understand that you were fucking refunded. So why was that left out? Imani, I don't know, but you said you haven't drank it. I don't know, but I'm fine. Okay. I don't know I don't know. Okay. So I wouldn't suggest to drink and text. Okay. But because you never know what you might say. Okay. So with that being said, leaving out the refund is a problem. If she had told everybody that reported on this, I got my money back, what would happen then? You know, why didn't Stacey B say that she got her a refund? So let me actually show y'all this. Every time you tell the story, you need to say, well, yeah, she finessed me, trying to get money out of me and this and that. And then she gave me my money back. And she not only gave my money back, but she gave my money back in August, way before all of this stuff broke out onto YouTube. She been gave my money back. Right here, $100. I thought you were, so Dion says, I thought you were a real friend, but you went as far as doxing me over something I didn't even do. I never put your business out, but since your help wasn't genuine, here it is. Since you believe in God, your judgment day will come soon. Karma will catch up with you. So she gave her back right here $100. So Stacey should have told us, hey, I did give her $100 for some sort of medication or whatever. And then later I was refunded. So she finessed me for $100 for medication or whatever she was going to use it for, but then I got my money back. She gave it back. She refunded. That changes the optics and changes the outlook on this whole situation. So why was this, again, omitted? And then when they were in my chat and they, doing Match.com, and Stacey B gave her $50, Dion $50 for her birthday. Guess what? That was also later refunded. So Dion says, here's your birthday gift back as well. I would say I won't mention, but I already don't think about or talk about to you. Too bad none of this smoke for the ones actually dogging you out. So you got that money back too, Stacey, of the birthday. Why was that left out? That you sent her money for this, I sent her money for her birthday, I sent this, I sent that. But where was the part where you got a refund? The omission is weird. And then I'm gonna get into why I'm thinking there's omissions. Okay. So with the whole house situation, there was more complicity to your part. And then right here, let's be clear, I never knew or knew your last name. So this is like only 1 cent. So I'm not gonna go all into that one. And then here's one for $15. Last but not least, the fact that you're looking for validation from people who don't like you is weird. I lied about checking IO just to see if you were loyal to me like you claim, and you were not. Now, there's again, why y'all doing all this lying? Lie. Stop all this lying. That's the problem now. Lord have mercy. And for no reason. For no reason. And so right here, she's also giving her back $15. That's like $165.01. So you're getting refunded. Why was this not stated to me? I would love to know. Hey, she finessed me, Dani, but she gave me she gave a refund. That's important. You want to know why that was left out? Because the moment you say that she refunded you, you're no longer going to be a victim of some sort of big scammer extorter. Because now it takes away from her being a complete, yeah, she finessed you and she refunded you, but it takes away from your victimization. You cannot play a complete victim if you got a refund. Because the moment someone says, okay, someone took my money, they gave it back, people say, oh, you took my money, or they finessed me out of money. People are like, oh, that's so bad, that's so sad, that's wrong. And then they say, oh, they refunded me. Well, that was nice of them to give it back. I'm glad they gave your money back. So then people are not going to be like, that person's not going to be seen as a big monster now because they refunded you. And if they didn't refund you, then it's more worse for the person. So to make Dion look worse than she is, you had to, not mention that she gave you a refund back in August. So if she had told everybody, yeah, I got the money back, then she would have to admit it wasn't extortion, it wasn't a scam, it wasn't theft, she wasn't trapped, she willingly participated. She got finessed at best, but not robbed. Extortionists usually do not give no refunds. They might be forced through some sort of penalty and financial fee or something through the courts, retribution, but they don't just really like, I'm going to extort your money and then give it back. Scammers don't usually circle back and return funds with no fight unless it's through some court order. Sometimes if someone finesse you and they feel, they want to give it back and then they give it back. So she refunded you. So if people had known that she was refunded, would this had a bigger impact as Stacey being finesse? And oh, poor Stacey. I even say, oh, you got Stacey, like, she tried to, scam, she tried to hustle, she tried to do this and that. It wouldn't have a big impact. I would have mentioned like, oh, she did finesse her, but then that was great of her she at least gave her money back. So then now Stacey is no longer really a victim because she's the score is settled. You see what I'm saying? So why did Stacey omit that? So what I'm picking up with Stacey, I hate to say this, but it looks like she wants Dion to look really, really bad and worse than this situation, to be worse than what it is. So then she could be this victim this really like all the way full throttle victim. And that's why there is this there's this whole game of semantics of what she knew 2.5 weeks ago to compare to what she knows now, which is pretty much, the my charts. We're gonna get into the my charts later. Okay. So yeah, she is someone that was betrayed by Val. However, she's actually acting like this is something, all this is new information, when a lot of this information is old. And I believe that she's making it seem like it's all fresh and new, because if you act like it's all fresh and new and like, oh my gosh, I'm just finding out everything now, then you can now play the victim now publicly and have all this empathy towards you for something that's old. So that's why she's arguing with me about what's old and what's new, because she has to make it seem like it's all fresh and it's all new, and I can't even listen to it's just stop. You are a victim of betrayal, but you're omitting things. And you want empathy, I get it, but you're doing too much, okay? You are doing too much, okay? Say you are. Okay, and it's clear in the fact that you didn't tell anyone that she refunded you, and that's important. Whenever anyone, if someone stole my wallet, I'm like, they stole my wallet and then they gave it back. That it goes hand in hand. They finessed me and they gave it back. Everyone always add that into the story where they got hustled and then the person gave them back, or they got this happened and they got paid back. That's part of the story. So why, when you tell the story, you're not adding that to the actual story? It's left out and omitted because omitting it leads to you being more of a victim and the other person being more of a monster. That's important to tell. And also, initially, you said that, that she is the one that's the fake pregnancy, but you had kind of left out that you gave the blurb and all that you had gave the blurb and you had told her how to make it more believable. You left that, you omitted your part. And then when you're sharing the text messages between you and her, you're telling all her naughty, nasty, freaky comments, but you're not showing all your freaky comments. You're being selective with what you want to show as far as your part of those freak, nasty comments. And I understand you don't want to embarrass yourself, but at the same time, I'm seeing that you're not being fair. And you're reporting of those freak nasty messages. It's like, okay, well, Dion is saying this and saying that, and then it's chopping and screwed, and your freak nasty shit is cut out. Freak nasty. Okay, it's an omission. And I told you before, I kind of want to see both sides so I can make a fair assessment. I'm saying finesse her, she finessed you. And then I get messages and I see that she refunded you. I'm like, damn, you could have said that. And then I asked you, did she refund all your money? Like, yes, some. But you didn't even say, and then I'm like, you could clarify, okay, what did she refund? Because it looks like she did refund you what you showed me you sent. So it's kind of like you want to make yourself this perpetual victim. Okay? And then, like I said, you didn't show all the flirtatious messages. Just you sent Dion. So you didn't show your full engagement into those flirtatious messages and that going back and forth. Because if you do, then it kind of shows how she is so thirsty and how she's so desperate, how she's such a slut and a Tatiana, and how you are so calm, cool, and collected, and how you are more reserved and you're not as flirtatious and all, caught up in the sexual sexting. So, you're painting a picture of her being one way and you're the other. You're selective. I understand you're packaging it. Okay. So it paints her as a thirsty thirst bucket, and then you as the person that's being all, not as thirsty, but yeah. And then there's of course the repackaging of old drama as new drama. You go on to say, oh, it's kind of omission. Like Stacey acting like Val's phone call was some new revelation. No, ma'am. You knew about that 2.5 weeks ago. You heard the comments then. You knew the extent of the conversation. You knew that Val was saying on Mad Day she talked shit about you having a fake leg. On Mad Day she said you were faking your cancer diagnosis. That she was on the phone with ops. You knew that 2.5 weeks ago. You reacted then by giving a blanket apology, a blanket forgiveness. You reacted then by forgiving the comments and saying you didn't need to hear all the details. The only thing that changed was the optics. Now you realize Val was just not playing with the ops. She was not acting with the ops. She was not pretending to go along with the ops. The optics have changed only, and that is that you realize now that Val was serious, that she really meant what she said. It wasn't just because she was mad. It wasn't because she was angry. It wasn't because she was acting or she wasn't playing. You realize now that Val was serious about saying that, you know, about those topics. But the topic itself is old, not new, not breaking news, not a fresh betrayal. The betrayal happened 2.5 weeks ago. You knew about this betrayal 2.5 weeks ago. You did. That's why you said 2.5 weeks ago, you heard about Val on the phone with your ops. So you knew on the phone with your ops, cackling and giggling is her being on the phone with your ops. You felt betrayed. This betrayal is not new. Press 1 if you understand that the betrayal is not new. You already felt betrayed weeks ago and you forgave it. Now, is there new information? Yes, to where now you feel the full extent of the betrayal. Yes, the optics have changed. It has been expanded upon, but you knew about this betrayal 2.5 weeks ago. It's not a new and fresh betrayal. You already felt betrayed. The moment you hear about your friend on the phone with your ops saying that you have a fake leg and you are faking cancer, you have been betrayed 2.5 weeks ago. You keep on trying to act like it's fresh or all the way, it was watered down, it was simmer, it was this or that. And every time you say something, it's always, the fake leg. And she talked about the fake leg 2.5 weeks ago. She talked about a fake cancer 2.5 weeks ago. We get it. And that's the same thing she's talking about now. We get it. So those betrayals that she did, it's old. Besides the mind chart and the documents, which I'll get into. And yes, there are some other things, whatever. But as far as Val's confession, those are the two topics, the fake fucking leg and the fake cancer diagnosis. So now you just repackage it so you can refresh your victim card to make this all seem all new to you. Like you were just recently found out you were betrayed, but you found out you were betrayed, weeks ago. And then, you have this whole recording situation. You say, I push, you're bragging about how you pushed for the recording. I pushed for the recording. I pushed for the recording. And yes, I heard you pushing for it, Stacey. You're one of the reasons I released it, because I know you were pushing for it. You wanted to release. It's clear you want to know what's being said about you. I released it so you can hear it. It's only 4.5 minutes of what I got. Today, I don't give no fucks, release 2 more clippings so you can hear more. I played these in several lives. So you push for the recordings, you beg for it, press for it, and then, saying you wanted it released. But now that it's released and I played it on my main channel and in several of these videos that I know she has watched, because how can you talk about Val being popped and Val being exposed for this stuff? You're watching my videos. Please don't act like you're not watching my videos while you're responding to me in your video, in your post and on these other panels. So now you pressure yourself and push for yourself for the release of this audio. And then now all of a sudden you say, I didn't watch it. I haven't listened to it. So you don't got 4.5. You could be on panels for hours and hours and hours, but you don't got 4.5 minutes to watch the audio clip. Yeah. So I don't play it in all these videos. If you watch any of my videos lately, you don't heard the clip because it's 4.5 minutes. So how are you skipping a 4.5 minute clip but watching hour-long breakdowns about it? So you have watched my videos, and so you're watching my videos and you're skipping over the 4.5 minutes. Or are you going to now say, well, I'm not watching your videos, Dani, but then you're responding to the videos that you're not watching. And I'm the one that popped Val. People have speculated about Val, faking this and doing this, but I'm not one to actually expose and popped it. So anyways, you push for this recording to release. You push for it. Now it's released. Now you say you refuse to listen to it. You haven't listened to it because it's too traumatizing. It's too triggering to listen to. Stacey, please. You're acting like this is some sort of, that video is her talking about you behind your back is so triggering. Like it's some sort of, like I would use Shankola Robinson as an example. Her family cannot really watch the video of her being beaten to death because that's triggering, losing their loved one in that way, and that watching that video is so traumatizing and triggering, so they don't want to watch that video. That's understandable, but you're acting like this Val audio leak is so triggering and so traumatizing. You just can't bear to listen to it, but you can listen to everything else, and I play it in my video all the time, and it's so triggering that you haven't listened to it yet. Again, everybody else got to tell you about it because you can't just bear yourself to listen to it. It's just giving me that you want to be this big victim. Yes, Val betrayed you, but you're doing a little too much for me. And y'all can say what y'all want to, but it's just giving me, it's just like, it's the omitting this and omitting that also, and making like everything is new. It's all fresh. It's, you know, you didn't get, you got finesse, you got scammed, you getting extorted. You use the big word extorted. And when you use the big word extorted, you should have said refunded. You were refunded. So where extorted comes in? I'm confused. So a lot of y'all on this line, in my opinion, y'all want a lot of attention and y'all want to be a victim so bad. Yeah, you are already a victim of betrayal by a friend, but now you want to be a victim of extortion, a victim of this and a victim of that, and it's just too much. So I believe you did listen because you're responding. You're even talking about, you know, you said everybody's bringing you this information, and you know exactly what Val is saying in the recording because everybody's telling you about it because you can't bring yourself to listen to a 4.5 minute clip. Act like it's so triggered and traumatized. What's in the video that's that triggered and damn traumatizing? Some YouTube gossip, somebody talking behind your back. You know, who can't? Come on now. How old are you to where you can't listen to someone on a phone call talking behind your back? Ain't no, that's not that triggering. Let's leave the real triggering stuff to someone that actually experiencing something they can't really watch because it's really triggered and traumatic. I'm not trying to be dismissive, but come on now. We got to leave the real people that say, I can't watch this video because it's so triggering, to real trauma victims of some real trauma. You're blowing this out of proportion. Oh, that video is so triggering. That recording, and y'all can say what y'all want to about me. I don't give a fuck. That 4.5 minute recording, am I missing something? How is that that's so traumatic? Like I've dealt with people in real life that actually cannot watch something or view something because what it is really traumatic or triggering for that person. And I understand why they wouldn't be able to watch it or view it because of that. But when it comes to this, it's like she's trying to use that same scenario to where like Shanquella's family can't watch the video because it's triggering and traumatic to her situation where everyone has to tell her about it because she just can't bring herself to watch it. So yeah, maybe I'm missing something. So if you felt that's something, that recording could be something traumatic, let me know and say, Dani, that is traumatic. It can be traumatic. You know, maybe I'm being insensitive to it. You know, I actually am saying that she's a victim. She is a victim of being betrayed by a friend talking behind her back. How many of us have been a victim of a bitch talking behind our back? Yeah, it's bad and it's sad and it's this and that, but I wouldn't go to the level of so triggering traumatic. It's like you're doing too much. I don't know. And then it's not like y'all have been like, you know, I don't know. I don't really see how that is. She's taken these other victimization stories to where people cannot view a video or watch something because it's so triggering or listen to something because it's so triggering to this real hardcore, serious traumatic experiences that people have. And she's applying it to a stupid video recording of Val talking behind her back. And it's just too much. Okay. And on top of that, it's all and saying extorted when the person refunded you, you know, it's just like giving me, and then you're saying all this is so fresh and so new, and then it's old topics that you knew about the betrayal before. The betrayal is not new. And then we're going to get into the next part, which is the actual my chart. I showed y'all the my charts. Notice how she made it sound like she sent a full medical file a full diagnosis, full details, full cancer proof. But when we fucking saw it, it was visit dates, generic printouts, a document with no identifiers. It could be a random generic document, nothing clinically meaningful. Everything else was completely blacked out and redacted. So then Stacey maximized something that wasn't even major. She exaggerated to make it sound like she provided serious medical documentation. And that is why I showed the things, because I'm like, this is what it is, folks. This is it. And then it's now like, oh, Val is such a monster. Now, Val is a monster in the stuff that she has been doing. But when should Val have shared anything? She should not have shared anything at all. But what we're not going to do is exaggerate what she shared. Let's stick to the reality and the facts of what was shared and not exaggerate what was shared. So let me actually show y'all, for those that missed it, what was shared. And then, like I said, you know, everyone will have their opinion. I just feel like things are being blown out of proportion on some of this stuff. Things are being omitted. And there's some sort of thing going on. I can't really pinpoint it fully. Feeling like Stacey wants to be this big fat ass victim or something. Like what's really going on here? Okay. And I'm not saying she ain't a victim, but she wants to be like this super victim. Some traumatic experience. Y'all, if y'all listen to that 4.5 minute video of Val talking, that's like, it's not, it is bad, but it's not in the way where it's some sort of, I've seen videos that will trigger people, and that right there is kind of like, what the world? It's not to that level or that extent of what she's making it to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, she wants everybody to be this big bad wolf, and she's this like, this fragile victim that can't even bear, even watch anything or see anything or view anything or do, and I just don't see it. And to be honest, maybe I've been insensitive to the fact that maybe Stacey B is someone that's extra sensitive, highly sensitive. There are some people that are extra sensitive. So if that's the case, then, oh, my bad. Because, she's extra sensitive. So maybe to her, this is all. People that are extra sensitive, some things like this can really be like, like it could be extra. You could pinch them and they can feel like they got punched, sucker punch or something. I don't know. Okay, but these omissions are a problem. So let me show you. So, and then she goes on and on about the alleged fake leg and the fake diagnosis of cancer. She doesn't spend that much time talking about the my charts. Now, if the my charts were so significant and so relevant and so extreme and so bad, my charts and documentation should be talked about more than the leg. The leg is talked about more than the my charts. And you might say, why? Because she already knows the my charts ain't show shit. Wouldn't you be more concerned if you got both of your legs? And why would you be concerned about someone saying fake leg if they out here sharing your my charts and all your documentation? You'll be more concerned about that, and you'll be going from panel to panel saying, "Oh, the my charts, my charts, my charts." You better hear about that, because the my charts didn't really show nothing. She knows it. And I think more people in the audience are more concerned about the my chart, hearing the my chart shared, than she is. It's because she knows what's in it and what's not in it. So it's the omission to say, okay, well, the moment she found out that Val shared her my charts and documentation, she should have said, oh, well, guess what? I barely sent Val anyway. I ain't sent her nothing really personal or all the way personal. What she got ain't really nothing to go off of, or really nothing relevant. So then that would have minimized what Val has done. But see, she didn't want to tell what Val got, what she sent Val, because if she does and really tells the truth about what Val got, then she can't really be a full victim of my chart sharing, because then people will say, well, that's all. And it minimizes it. But if you say, oh, she sent my medical records to people, my medical charts to people, and then people are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe she shared all your personal information, all your identifiers, your social, your birthday, all this information is all over. I can't believe she shared your medical files. And then, And then it goes to that certain level, and now you're a big victim of all your personal information is it's everywhere. What Val shared was something that you already had pretty much shared yourself, and the my charts only were showing dates. So let me see. Let me pull those up. Wait. Now again, I present all sides, so don't expect that only one side will be told. So Val did share this with Roxanne, who then Googled it. It says impression, and it doesn't have any name or date. It says impression on the top and asterisk around it. Wait, I think someone else sent me something in my inbox with that before. Who did? Let me see. Who was it? I'm trying to see. Who sent me something like an example document? Not her. Who did? I don't see her in here. Hold on one second, y'all. Here you go. Oh, that's an addendum. Okay, so let me come back to this. So this is what again, this is something that she sent Val, which is what Roxanne turned around and Googled, and Roxanne was noting that this was all highlighted. And if you actually go back to that blurb that was sent to Dion from Stacy, it was also something highlighted. Okay. So this right here, this document right here, and then that's what she sent her. Again, is this something where people can say personal? Yes. However, this is something that, Stacey B has already said she has 3 different types of cancer and things like that. So she already tells that she has health issues publicly. So this right here, without no names, no identifiers, no nothing on it, and just information like this, I don't really see this as like a full-on medical chart or thing. So she sent her this, but now let me go to the actual my chart that she was sent. Now, as far as this goes right here, what they were talking about was suspicious to why, some stuff was suspicious as far as Stacey B. Now, I'm not saying anything about this. The person I was saying something about that was faking stuff was about. I'm not saying that Stacey B is faking whatever. I have not investigated Stacey B or seen a lot of documents to make no determination of what she has or does not have. I'm just showing the receipts as far as what was shown to me. Okay. So this is one thing that Roxanne got, and then she tried to Google to see if she could find online. This right here. And now what they were talking about, or another thing is this. When Stacey B posted this right here, I will say, you see how it said this right here, this is suspicious, and the thing she's highlighting, and she's highlighting again, this is suspicious. I will say this. When you use the word suspicious, if you understand that this report, the word suspicious is actually a normal phrasing. It's not like, oh my gosh, this is suspicious. It's actually a normal phrasing. If you don't understand and how to read it, to you, you might think, oh my gosh, I can't believe this document is saying it's suspicious. You see what I'm saying? As if something abnormal to be reported this way. So when Stacey B responds or interprets this, her interpretation is odd. So that's probably why people were kind of like, why is she interpreting it this way? It was a wrong interpretation of the actual meaning of what suspicious is and what's happening here. So that's something totally different. Now, I'm not saying she's making up anything. I'm saying that why some people probably were suspicious is because of her interpretation of these results. Okay. So hold on. So that led to people say, oh, who played this part or who played that part? I'm showing y'all who played parts. If you're gonna tell it all. Roxanne did this. Shout out to Roxanne. You know what I'm saying? So Roxanne is the one that took it. If you see at the very top of this document, right here, Roxanne Googled Stacey B's that report I just showed you. She Googled it. You see, you can't see it because I had zoomed in, but she Googled it, and then these are some of the results that popped up. She started noticing that certain texts are highlighted documents start popping up. Now, I have already said, just because you see highlighted documents, it doesn't mean that you got a match. A match will be the exact same thing, and the same document will pop up somewhere else. Okay. Now, we'll say Stacey B trying to help Dion make a fake pregnancy document with a document PDF filler is not a good look, considering her allegations against her. If I wouldn't want to have allegations against me about creating fake documents, if I actually tried to help someone make a fake pregnancy document, it's not a good look. Okay. I'm just saying optics wise. Now, I'm not saying that she made fake documents. I'm saying it's not a good look to now be seen as someone that helped someone to try to make a fake document, to now being questioned about your own documents, and that your own document, that the blurb was highlighted that you try to get her to use was highlighted. And now your own document that you sent Val is also showing highlighted portions. So then now it's kind of looking a little, that can make you look suspicious. I'm not saying that you are guilty of anything. I'm saying that causes suspicion. So I'm not going to lie that once people know, obviously, that you helped Dion to make that, or try to even help her make a more believable fake document of pregnancy, that people are going to now question your own documentation. That's what happens when you partake in those types of activities. So then Roxanne saw this on Reddit findings, and she saw highlighted things on Reddit. But see, in order for this to be a match, the highlighted portions on Reddit have to be the same wording as on the one that she sent Val. Hold on. So to be honest, I never actually checked to see what Roxanne was doing. Besides that, I saw that Roxanne was trying to show that just because you find other documents highlighted in Google doesn't mean that it's the right or a document or the same document. It just means that you're finding highlighted documents. Anyone can highlight a document, doesn't mean it matches the other one. Now, if you find something word for word exactly how it is in Google, then that would be different. But if you actually pay attention to how Stacey showed a different way of making documents, she showed that you can use a PDF filler and then fill in information to make it more personalized. And that way, if you use a PDF filler, you're not going to be able to find the exact match because you're filling in information to a form. You might find similarities, but not exact match. You see what I'm saying? So if someone knows how to make a document, it'll be harder to actually find the exact document because they're actually making it and personalize it. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I'm saying if someone were to do it the way Stacey's doing it, it would be harder to detect because they're using a filler and other things to kind of mix and match their things. Okay, hold on. Wait 1 second. So this is right here. Let me see if this is one. This is from Reddit. And this is the one from Bell. So that does not match any other Reddit posts that Roxanne. So to answer people's question, I'm not seeing that what Roxanne is seeing. Roxanne, I guess she was saying that the Reddit posts, and because the Reddit posts also contain highlighted text, that she believed that she got her post from Reddit. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me show you. On Reddit, people on Reddit highlight text. Like they post their findings on Reddit and they highlight the document or they highlight things. You see? They highlight portions. So I guess she felt that because people on Reddit are posting their findings on these forums, that proves that since they highlight things, that maybe Stacey B's document is from Reddit because it's highlighted. You see what I'm saying? And I would say that's false. It's a false positive or whatever. Well, I wouldn't say that. I just say it's false because that doesn't mean anything that's highlighted doesn't mean that that's where it's from. So I see where she's coming from, but that's not enough proof to say that someone is faking cancer. Okay. So let me show you the my chart now before I get too distracted. Let's see, open this one. Open that one. So that's clearing that up, that what Roxanne was showing as evidence is not evidence of faking cancer. That's just evidence that she found documents online that are highlighted, like hers are highlighted. And a lot of people highlight documents, so that's not enough evidence to prove anything. Okay, so this is the actual my chart for Stacey. So what do we see is appointments and visits, and it says upcoming visits and future visits. It says March 7, 2025, office visit. She actually blurs out everything. So everything is blurred out besides you see the word cancer in the lower right-hand corner. So when she says my chart's released, she should have actually clarified that this ain't shit. That will kind of ease people's mind to say, oh, okay, this is what was released. Nothing really personal or identifiable. Nothing that you haven't already shared. This my chart is just showing a visit. You see what I'm saying? If you leave it to the public to speculate, they're going to think the worst of the worst. If you actually say exactly what was posted, it's going to minimize the harm done to you. So this is not enough to... Now, I will say this. sometimes when people have this black dot text, it's not all the way enough to hide everything. Because even right now, I can see cancer right there. And I can see general, I think general surgery, March 7, 2025, office visit. And I see a letter K there. There are ways to sometimes see past this way more, especially if you blow it up. The more you blow up this black text, the more you'll be able to see things that you wouldn't think someone would be able to see. Hold on. So I will say that she did kind of thicken the center, and she's lucky because you'll be able to see more past it. Hold on.
It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. Hit that light. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani
General surgery.
It's your girl, Dani Montana, Dani Montana. Hit that light.
And then it says cancer. Okay. So that's that one receipt. So let's go to the next one. And this right here, it says office visit. This is 2021. So if she had came online and said, okay, the mind chart I shared with Val was this. Office visits, and I'm blurring out most of the redacted or the important information or certain information. It's redacted. She has the center, a date. It looks like old stuff. This is like 2021. This is 2021. Right? So you're not actually being honest. You're omitting what was actually sent. And if you actually omit what was actually sent, then now you can kind of have everyone speculating that more harm to you was done than what was actually done. And Val should not, let me say this. Val should not have shared any of your information, any of it. That's wrong and that's false. She's a bad friend. That's betrayal. That's disloyal. She had no right to share anything. I don't care if it's just like you share an appointment. That's wrong. So I'm not trying to minimize in that aspect. I just want everyone to understand that right now we don't see her notes. Like if it actually showed the view notes and show all her doctor's notes and all the personal things the doctor left in the notes and all her view author visit summaries and stuff like that. And this is from 2022 again. It's not showing that, and it's showing where's the cancer. She actually showing, okay, it says Cancer Institute 2022, New Hanover. Okay. And there is no view author right here, 2022, view author visit summary. And then she's showing medical center outpatient. It says cancer. So she's showing where she's going. And, you know, she Maryland there. CMV history. But whatever she's redacting, she's redacting information. So yeah, these are not medical records. And that's pretty much it. That's it. So if that's it, everyone needs to know that this is it. And it's not to minimize, it's to actually make sure that what Val is accused of and is exactly how people picture it. everyone needs to have a visualization, be able to visualize the harm done, so then they can know how they should feel about the situation. Because that's the part of omission people need to understand. How would you feel about a situation that, okay, Stacey B was finessed, but now that she was refunded, it changes your perspective. You see? Oh, someone just finessed me out of $500. And then you're like, oh my God, Sandy, that's so wrong. And then I said, and they gave me my money back. Oh, that's good. You got your money back. So now you feel like it's settled. When it's not settled, you're still gonna be like, oh, Dani got finessed and she lost her money. And if I don't fix it or I don't acknowledge the refund, it's a constant state of victimization. You're still gonna feel like I'm victimized. I'm fully a victim, and I'm still harmed, like more harmed. And it's only right for me to then say to you, hey, even update, say, oh, I guess what? Remember I told you I was finessed? I got a refund. And then now you can be like, oh yeah. So then the victimization kind of ends or halts, not fully, but to some extent. My issue with Stacey is that she wants to leave this whole thing out there to where things are omitted. So then people can think the worst of a situation than the actual, the actual extent of it, the magnitude of it, the actual harm. But anyway, shout out to Skilo. Thank you so much for getting memberships. If you would get the membership from Skilo, please say thank you for getting the membership. Again, please say thank you for getting the membership. And if you're getting the membership, please say thank you. And also please put some hearts in the chat. I know it's late. Well, the next day. But please put some hearts in the chat, or at least react to the video out there in the bushes, react to the video and show some love to the channel, and make sure y'all smashing that like button. So I would say, listen, if someone had released it, I was like, oh my gosh, they released my my office visit information. They released information that I had already disclosed publicly. They should not have gave any of my information, but thank God it did not have a lot of my personal details or my files or the full medical history. Thank God that it didn't have all my shit. And I didn't share that. So then people will understand the extent of my harm and the damage done to me. I feel like Stacey wants everyone to just have this full-fledged, like, oh my gosh, she's not trying to ease anyone as far as or update anyone on the actual harm done to her. She wants it to be at the maximum point or maximum extent without any clarification as to it. And that's where it goes into where she wants this betrayal by Val to be new when she has already admitted that Val has came to her once to say she said all this on Matt Day, and another time to say she was playing along, but she already knew about this betrayal 2.5 weeks ago. About the betrayal of Val with her ops on the phone. She knew about it and the things that were said. Now she might have not known the optics, such as Val said the first time I did it, I said those things because I was on, it was mad. I was mad. It was Mad Day. And then she says, oh, I said those things because I was playing along. And to be honest, just recently, Val still said the same thing. She said it because she was playing along. Val went live and said she just said she said it. Val keeps on changing her story. Mad Day, I was playing along. I said it. She changes and flip-flops. So that hasn't even changed. If we're honest, press 1 if you understand. Val is still saying she played along, and she's still not really owning 100% that she believed it. She's still trying to say that she wasn't a part of the setup and she was playing along. You see what I'm saying? So that still hasn't even changed. So you already knew about almost a lot of this besides the my chart and all that 2.5 weeks ago. But again, you need to omit that you knew about a lot of this 2.5 weeks ago, because the omission leaves you now to be a fresh new victim. You need to be a fresh victim of just hearing this and it's just now. So you need to omit things that you knew and things like that. So then people can think, so you can be, there's an act of omission here. That's what I'm focusing on in this slide. The omission of, even at first you were not really admitting to your part in the fake pregnancy, admitting that you got a refund, admitting that you knew a lot of this stuff 2.5 weeks ago about this betrayal. And even acknowledging that you already knew that you didn't share. This is what I'm getting, that you shared to Val. Oh, and there's one more thing that you shared. So let me actually pull that up. Exactly. Thank you, Auntie Mickey. The omission keeps the issue open-ended. So it leaves people's imaginations to run wild. You see what I'm saying? Because when I was sent this, I'm like, wait, well, this is my charts. Yeah. And then another part, she keeps on saying she's done. She's done. She loves saying she's done. She made a community post that she's done. She's not arguing anymore. She's not going back and forth, but she keeps on joining panels, keep talking, keep, going with the drama. So she's obviously not done. Yeah. So you help create the fake pregnancy lie. You hid the fact that you were refunded. You exaggerated your victim narrative. You hid you're not really showing all the flirtatious messages on your end. You're trying to act like old drama is new. And I do believe that you have listened to the recording, because if you listen to my lives, I keep playing the same recording. You're pretty much omitting what was in the my charts and not really telling everyone that you really didn't send that much, that you sent redacted my chart stuff. So the stuff that you sent is not really significant my chart data to be considered medical records or files worth to hang someone over. Should Val have shared it? Of course, you can say, well, she shouldn't have shared anything. I'm saying that she should not have shared anything, but Stacey should also be clear on what was actually shared and what was not shared. Don't leave it to speculation, because people's imaginations run wild when they think about medical records. Okay. You admitted certain things that would make you look more guilty or complicit or aware. So like I said, if you're going to expose Dion for the fake pregnancy, fine, but you have to expose yourself too, because you were involved, you were complicit, you were comfortable, you were laughing, you were contributing to it. It looks like you also were liking her, so you were benefiting. You hid the parts that that show you were not the victim in that, and you were complicit. Let me see one more thing here. I don't like that she tried to weaponize the platform. Who, Val? Val or Stacey B? Can you clarify? Oh, Stacey. I believe that she had obviously wanted to kind of expose the people that were coming after her. This is YouTube. It's chestnut checkers. So I believe that she had, she wanted to expose Val and also Dion and anyone that was on the phone call coming for her. She even went at Roxanne, right? She went off on Roxanne. So all people talk about her on the phone, people coming at you on the phone talking shit about you, you're going to get your lick back. So I do believe that Stacey wanted her lick back. I don't think she ever really was coming out to really forgive Val. She was coming out here to really, investigate or look into this whole situation and find out who's after her, who's with who, who's working with who, who's talking about her back, what's happening. Wanted the recording to be released to know who's talking about her and what's being said. And she listened to this recording. That's all I can say. I believe it, that she listened to it. Okay. You're not going to push for something to be released, and then once it's released, say you didn't listen to it. That's another way to play victim. Like you're so triggered by this that you can't even listen to the audio that you push to be released. If I push for something to be released and push for release, I'm not gonna just the moment it's released say I'm no longer watching it. So you're gonna push for something to release, desperately push, and I can see that she's trying to get this release. And then I release it, and then now you're saying you're not watching the recording, and I keep playing it over and over. And you know, it's too triggering and traumatic for you to release it, to watch, but you can listen to everyone tell you about it. If it's so triggering, why do you want people to tell you about it? Anyways, if Stacey wants to be the perpetual victim, she can be it. But anyways, keep me out of it. Take me out the group chat. Yeah, she definitely heard the recording. So anyway, take me out the group chat. Exactly. Thank you, EJ. The word extortion was inflammatory and misleading. A lot of this is. Oh, I want to show one more thing. Let me get out of here. So I understand that Stacey is a victim of betrayal by a so-called friend that turned out to be off and fake. I get it. You are a victim. I have acknowledged that from the beginning. However, you are not a victim of extortion. She finessed you and then she refunded you. You are a complicit person in the fake pregnancy. You actually helped and suggested on how to make a fake document more believable. So there's a lot of moving parts to this, and you are also and then also you have to take accountability that you are blaming everything on how it happened with the Avengers on I don't get no fucks, when you decided to leave the Avengers or whatever you decide to do. That's your prerogative, but you're a grown woman. Stop blaming everything on I don't give no fucks. And the same way, Val cannot blame everything on Roxanne. And I agree with that. Like you said, Val cannot blame everything on Roxanne, said Roxanne planted seeds. In the same way, you can't blame everything on Dion by saying that she's planting seeds to you. It's the same thing. But all y'all are grown. Y'all made your own decision. Okay, people can plant seeds all day. Don't mean you gotta water it. Okay, you watered it and then it grew and then you had dogs yourself. So I'm gonna show one more thing that was sent to Val as far as the completion to this, and then that's gonna be it for today because I done enough. Then most likely I'll see y'all later this week. Let's see, where is it? Guys, wait 1 second, okay? So hopefully this live did bring some clarity on certain things, okay? Now I might even forget something, okay? But as far as these omissions, I'm sure other things might pop up to my head as well. Yes, make sure you get some rest. Get some rest. So this was sent to Val. I think that's the same thing. Well, I don't think I've seen this one. Okay, that's that one. Okay, that's the one that's highlighted. I showed you already. So she sent this to Val right here. So this is some stuff, I guess she's trying to show results or something. Again, there's like really no personal identifiers on it or nothing on it. And then this looks like something that's from just online. Like she tried to like look up information about something. So yeah, I might have to come back to some of this another day because it's just too much. Okay. And I'm getting tired. Like, so let me actually show you what I was gonna show you first, and then I'll come back to this. So let's actually look at this real quick. Okay. This one. Oh, that's in my chart. Let me close some of my tabs. Bear with me. Okay, this right here, she sent this. What I don't, to be honest, metastatic disease. How do you pronounce that? Okay, metastatic. So metastatic disease. This refers to cancer that has spread from another part of the body to the lungs, according to MD Anderson Cancer Center. Cancer cells are often metabolically active, causing them to be tracer avid. So I guess she's trying to say she has, and this right here is showing her metastatic disease. And by the way, this is not like a my chart. This is something clearly Google, because it says according to MD Anderson Cancer Center. A my chart or some sort of medical report is not going to say according to. This is obviously some sort of online report or some sort of research report or some sort of article that she posted right here. That's obvious based on the according to statement. Okay. Now this right here, I guess, is she's trying to say is her results. It says findings, background uptake, liver normalization by body weight, etc. I'm not gonna read this full thing, but I guess she's trying to say these are some sort of results. And I guess she Googled some things to kind of explain the results. That's what I'm gathering. Okay. Oh, Call Me C says my chart has a summary and diagnosis in the chart. But does it actually say something like, according to MD Anderson Cancer Center? I don't think it would say, according to. Let me actually Google. This refers to cancer that has spread. And then I'm going to put, according to MD Anderson. Yeah, but I don't think it would say according to. My thing is it wouldn't say according to MD Anderson Cancer Center. That's some sort of article. Yeah, I see MD Cancer Center online. Hold on. So I'm not saying that Stacey is trying to say this is her bar chart. I'm saying that Stacey probably was trying to show Val what it meant. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to say she's tried to show this as her chart. I'm saying that she probably tried to show her definitions of what stuff means. Hold on. Yeah, that comes from that website, MD Anderson. So that's not a part of the chart. That's what it doesn't look like a part of the chart. But anyway, if it is or not, it doesn't really matter. So I think she was just trying to, like I said, yeah, I think she was trying to pull up, trying to explain to Val what the results meant. Okay. Hold on. Okay, where's my tab? Okay, so let me actually, I'll come back to this, but I believe that she was just trying to show her what that stuff means, but again, does it really matter? Let me take this Reddit stuff down. Is this from Reddit? That's Reddit too. That's Roxanne's document or Google search. Okay, this is the one. So right here is what she sent Val. And it says impression, and again, she highlights this information. This is my, this may be due to adenopathy in our maps. This is suspicious. She's highlighting that. Multiple too numerous to count bilateral pulmonary nodules. This is suspicious. Metastatic neoplastic disease must be considered. Infectious or inflammatory processes should also be considered. Correlate clinically. And then to explain it, Red Author, she sends Val a message. So this is what she responds after she sends that Stacey B. Hold on. She sends Val this right here. So right here in the highlighted yellow portion is that document I just shared. And then right here, Stacey B says, my recent CT scan came back. So Stacey said it's her recent. So now this is what I would consider, I guess, what she's trying to say. These are her recent CT scan. So the actual document itself didn't have any identifiers or anything, this highlighted thing. But then Stacey says it's hers. So she says, my recent CT scan came back. The surgery, she says the surgery did not work. Metastatic neoplastic disease must be considered. It's never good on a report. Neither is the word suspicious. I'm going to take a break from everything and focus on my health. Now, my thing is this. These types of scans, the word suspicious is not what it means in everyday language as suspicious. It's like it's gonna be you know what I'm saying? So let's actually look at the actual report. So not everyone interprets their data or reports correctly. That's why a lot of times doctors will look over it for you or explain it to you. So I'm actually going to Google each phrase, okay? Hold on. Okay, the first one where it says circumferential soft tissue fullness around in the airway. Within the posterior, wait, this is not the same one. Oh, I didn't read the whole thing. Within the oral pharynx, the area of the thickening measures approximately 1.8 centimeters bilaterally. This may be due to adenopathy or something like that. And our mass, this is suspicious. So that means there is swelling or thickening. It could be lymph nodes, could be something else. It is not confirmed cancer. It is suspicious and needs more testing, such as a PET scan, etc. That's what that means. And then number 2 says multiple to numerous to count bilateral pulmonary nodules. And that is a radiologist saying metastatic neoplastic disease must be considered. And that means when there are many nodules, one possibility doctors consider is cancer spread, but it is not a diagnosis. They also say infectious or inflammatory processes should be considered. That is meaning that infection is equally possible. Such infections or other things could be possible, autoimmune inflammation. It's pretty much saying that the wording does not really confirm cancer. So it says the wording on this whole thing does not confirm that someone has cancer. So this thing does not confirm cancer, is what it's saying. And so it's not say you have cancer. It does not say the surgery failed. It does not say you have metastatic disease. It does not say cancer is spreading everywhere. It's not saying that it's terminal. It's not saying anything about emergency treatment. Or it proves pretty much anything. Also, when I looked it up earlier, it says radiologists are pretty much required to use the word suspicious, consider, cannot exclude, etc. They are not really diagnosing. So then we go back to Stacey's interpretation of the results. And again, I'm not trying to accuse her of faking anything. Let's be clear. These are messages that were exchanged and people are trying to say, you know, oh, she's faking cancer, and they're doing their own investigation into Stacey. So I'm asking, what are they trying to do, or what receipts do they have? And you see, Roxanne was trying to Google, and I'm letting you know that what she did was not confirmation of someone faking cancer. You see what I'm saying? So I kind of dispelled that. I kind of disproved that what Roxanne was trying to say as her faking cancer was not her faking cancer. That's just, she Googled something and saw highlighted portions just like she highlights her stuff. That's not proof of anything. So now I can kind of dismiss that whole thing as far as for Roxanne's proof or evidence, right? Now I don't know what else Roxanne has, but that right there is not significant or to prove anything. So now let's look at what Val has right here. And it says, my recent CAT scan came back. The surgery did not work. Metastatic neoplastic disease must be considered. It's never good on a report. Neither is the word suspicious. I'm going to take a break from everything and focus on my health. The thing is, that report never said that surgery didn't work. That whole scan does not even say anything about surgery. Or anything about surgery at all. She's acting like the word consider is saying, confirms something. It is not. This is not confirmation of anything. There is possible explanations, and it says must be considered. So something like a doctor would think about, not something that the patient definitely has. And then, of course, she highlights suspicious, but leaves out the part about the possible infection or inflammation. So she's highlighting the most scariest parts of what this might show, I guess. And then she jumps to, she's taking a break to focus on health and things like that. Again, does this prove that Stacey is faking cancer? No. But this is really just showing that it's confirming that more testing is needed, not really a confirmation of anything. That's why it says must be considered. It doesn't really say anything or mention anything about surgery or surgery failure or confirm any cancer. And it's also giving other things. It could be infection, inflammation, something non-cancerous. So that's that one. And again, I'm not trying to say that someone is lying about that. I'm actually just looking at everyone's receipts to try to see why they were trying to say that she's faking based on what evidence they have. Like what do they look at, or what do they do, or what do they try to figure out, or what do they come up with to try to say that is fake? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So let's see what else is right here. What's this? I think it's this one right here. It's the last one. Well, that's not the full thing. Okay, let's look at this one. Let's be the last one. Okay. Background uptake, liver normalization by body weight. Background uptake, blood pool normalization by body weight. Head and neck, no evidence of adenopathy or increased radio tracer uptake. Chest, numerous small pulmonary nodules throughout the lungs, bilaterally demonstrating mild radio tracer uptake with dominant nodule in the right upper lobe, measuring up to 8 millimeters on series 4 image. abdomen, pelvis, no abnormal radio tracer activity within the abdomen. The liver, spleen, pancreas, adrenals, and kidneys appear within normal limits. The stomach, small bowel, and colon appear normal. No intra-abdominal, intrapelvic, or inguinal adenopathy. No free fluid, normal caliber, vasculature, or something like that. So let me actually see what this one means. Hold on. Let's start with the first. Let me Google this first sentence and see what it says for that result. Background uptake, blood pool. It's saying nothing really abnormal on that first one. So head and neck. It says right there, no evidence of adenopathy or increased radio tracer uptake. So this one is saying that there's no cancer looking lymph nodes, no abnormal activity, no tumor, no signs of spread. This alone contradicts everything she claimed earlier. About, anything, So there's nothing confirming anything from earlier. So which one came first between these documents, I don't know. And then let's go to the chest section. Numerous small pulmonary nodules on this one. And it says, this is not a typical metastatic cancer. It says cancer spread usually shows high SUV, larger nodules, multiple nodes lighting up. Mid-uptake is extremely common in inflammation, infections, post-COVID, smokers, vapors, autoimmune disease, sarcoidosis or something like that. And then they said that 2.2 finding equals low, and it says cancer is typically 4 to 15. So this is not behaving like cancer. And then it says for the mildly tracer equals borderline activity 3.3, SUV 3.3 not high. Cancerous nodes usually have SUV 5, 7, 10, or 12. 3.3 is non-specific, inflammatory, reactive, not definitive for cancer. And it says that it's showing that it's even showing. Let's go back up a little bit. And it says right here, mildly tracer avid. So it's even saying mild right here. Okay. And then it says no other mediastinal or something, or hilar adenopathy or abnormal tracer uptake right here. And it's probably saying, that it's normal findings as far as the liver, spleen, pancreas, and adrenals, kidneys, stomach, and no free fluid, no masses, no abnormalities. No abnormalities. And it says, if she truly had metastatic cancer spreading from the throat to lungs, you would expect abdominal spread. But the PET scan says no cancer on any abdominal pelvic organs, no evidence of metastasis, and no red flags at all. And then it says abdomen and pelvis. That's what we just read. Hers show low to mild activity. Pet shows spread. Hers shows none. So basically, they're trying to say that these two things are contradictory, are in contradiction. Like this report right here is different from the other report. Like one is showing more negative findings than the other one. I don't know. It's saying there's a contradiction between the two reports. But it's showing that this right here is a contradiction to the other one. This one's showing kind of like yeah, it's I don't know. Anyways, that's probably why they were suspicious. So again, they will have to confirm Roxanne and others, Dion, Sip, they will have to confirm why they thought that she's faking cancer. I don't know. So I looked over these things to try to see why they think she's faking cancer. And this is probably why they feel like some things are off with this whole thing. But yeah, I'm about to go to bed. But let me check my messages before I go to bed. Again, if someone else has other receipts they want me to review, then they can do so. Send me things. But yeah, then I can review and see what's happening here. Hold on. Yeah, so I already showed everyone the dates that she was refunded. I showed all the receipts for that for people that are just getting here. I would say, do I have it on that you can rewind? I'm about to end my live so you can catch the replay, but I showed the dates. It was August. She refunded her in August all the way up into September, including the 1 cent. So she did refund her. Now again, if Stacey has evidence of that she didn't get every penny back, then that's one thing. But the ones I saw that she said that she gave her, I saw that those were refunded. And I think that should have been told up front so everyone will know you got refunded. And instead of going around saying extortion when someone refunded you. And then if the extorter is refunded you, everyone should know that part. That's significant. If the finesser refunded you, that's significant. We need to know that, because then now we can properly assess the situation and be fair. Because Dion is not on here, but that doesn't mean I want to not be fair. Just because someone's not on here to be on a panel to tell their side doesn't mean I want to not tell people. Even for my audience, they will want to know if I'm reporting on this. Okay, she finessed her to get some wigs and shit, medication or whatever she tried to finesse to get, and then she later refunded her. So I would want to report that to my audience that she was one person was finessed and one person refunded to make it fair. I don't want to say someone was finessed and then everyone doesn't hear about the part of the refund. That's weird. Okay. So August 6th was a payment. August 6th was another payment. And then September 1st was a payment. August 6th was a payment. So August 6th and September 1st payments were made to Stacey B to refund her. And then I guess they were kind of suspicious because Stacey said she goes to 2 different cancer centers and that one is about 2 to 3 hours away from her house. So there's things I guess Stacey was saying and doing or posting that made people suspicious of her cancer. And now don't take away from my live that I'm accusing anyone of faking cancer. I'm getting people's receipts to see This whole thing is about, okay, well, Stacey B has a fake leg. Stacey B is faking cancer. So to be fair, I'm just saying, like, okay, what do y'all actually have to where were y'all getting this? Like, where was this? What's the evidence of it? And now we have to be also careful. You don't want to go and say someone is faking cancer and you don't have a good receipt, because then now you can backfire, because if that person actually has cancer, not good. Now, another thing is sometimes I do see that some of this stuff is old, like 2021, 2022. Sometimes someone might have something and then it goes into remission, and then it comes back. You never know. Or they could have had something before and they have old records. I don't know what's going on here. But anyways, this is just a mess, and that's all I can say is I have reviewed what I have seen so far. And most likely I might think of something overnight, or you know how you talk about something or discuss something, but then something like, aha, yeah. So anyways, I'm sure others will see this as well and give their input. And with that being said, I will see y'all in the next slide, and make sure on the replay you smash that like button. Okay. Oh, and by the way, Stacey B went on a panel saying that she's going to offer $5,000 if someone can find something on Google. I don't think that was a smart idea, because that opens up for people to look into this in a way that she probably doesn't want people to look into something that she can probably consider, I wouldn't say on one hand, I'm mad at Evangelist Val for sharing my chart. And then on the other hand, I'm pushing for people to investigate my documents to see if they could for $5,000. It's given, like, I don't know. Anyways, I love y'all, and I'll see y'all next slide. Bye.